Well, fork frame's pretty much all built. Had to end up doing a little fine tuning on the round rod. That I don't know if you can see it. Having a hard time seeing the screen here. But the round rod is what grabs those hands, whatever you want to call it, fingers on top of and bottom of the forks. I had to touch up some with grinder this morning. I ended up getting another set of forks at work. They had 3 sets that were being disposed of. The heel right here, because they drag them, keep the points off the ground, but they drag the heel of the fork and can only get so thin before they have to change them per OSHA. So we throw a lot of forks away. So this is a set I took off a Toyota fork truck, but they're all the same measurement. So had to dress up the frame a little bit more. Forks are all on, as you can see. They both slide to the center, and then in the center of the bottom I have this cut out. So I slide the fork to the center, pull the bottom out, and then lift the top off so I can pull the forks off the frame. I think on this set, these forks still had lots to keep them in place. So I think I'm going to cut a couple of notches in those top forks so that pin drops into them. And then that way, because you got to keep them pretty well greased or oiled in order for them to slide. And then when you want them to slide, they won't. When you don't want them to slide, they will. So I think I'm going to cut some notches in the top rail so they'll stay in one spot. So once I figure out what that is, I'll cut those with a cut-off wheel and make a nice square notch. So there they are. Not very pretty, but I didn't want a set of forks that went in the bucket of a tractor because you can't see them. And since I do everything alone here, don't have another set of eyes for anything. I need to be able to do it alone. So that was my idea of taking the bucket off and building this frame to carry the forks. I'll be able to, I may have to stand up on the tractor, but at least I'll be able to see the points of the forks. So you get them in a pallet instead of on top of it or underneath it. So hopefully this works. I got my pins the other day from Amazon. So right now, if I wanted to, I could pin it into the bucket and use them. So it's ready to go. I probably won't use them this year. Take the forks off, keep the frame inside so it doesn't rust up too heavy, and use it in the spring. I know I've got some logs to move around, and that'll be a great addition for that tractor to be able to pick up a log. This is my backhoe. I hadn't used it much in the last couple of years. Well, I went and used it last weekend, and pretty major leak on one of the pistons. I think the seal must have stuck to the rod, and when I picked it up off the ground and started to fold it, I don't know what happened, but it's the main cylinder that brings the boom towards you. I think they call that the stick. When you're bringing that towards you, it leaks pretty good. So never rebuilt a hydraulic ram before, so I guess fall comes when I park the tractor for the winter. I'll undo that cylinder and take it off and hopefully be able to get it apart. Looks like the cover screws off the end, but in order to do those seals, if I can get them, obviously the piston or whatever is attached to that ram has to be unscrewed or removed from the ram in order to slide new seals in there. So this should be a new experience, but can't be too hard. People do it every day. So I didn't feel any nicks in the ram or anything stuck to it, so I really don't know what happened. Like I say, been a good machine for 25, 30 years, so can't complain, I guess. So this is pretty much the end of this project. Thanks for watching.